start to week 11 there, picking up a teaser victory on Thursday night. So let's look to carry that into Sunday. My 5 best bets of the day. Let's get right into the action. Starting things off like we always do, my 6-point teaser for the day. We're going to pair a couple of historic franchises here. The 49ers, get them all the way down to minus half a point, with the Dallas Cowboys all the way up to plus 8.5. So basic teaser strategy. You guys know the drill, crossing some key numbers, taking a look at this 49ers versus Jacksonville game. Take a look at net yards per play for each of the teams so far this season. 49ers coming in at 6, very respectable. Jacksonville 26, very disrespectable. Not very good here. So 49ers starting to get healthier. And, you know, this is absolutely a must-win game for them if they want to kind of get into that playoff hunt and solidify some positioning there. And you guys know I'm not exactly in love with the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan, but I like them to win outright just about as much as Urban Meyer loves grinding on a crowded dance floor for the world to see. So that's one leg. The second leg, Dallas Cowboys in Kansas City. Probably the game of the day here. We're taking the Cowboys all the way up to plus 8.5. And one thing to keep in mind here, a lot of people, the Chiefs are back. Kansas City is back. Well, one game doesn't erase all of their flaws, right? We'll give them credit for beating the living shit out of a very vulnerable Raiders team. But you got to consider they only scored 36 combined points in the 3 games prior to that. And Dallas, you look at all the stats, Dallas is just a better team. Net yards per play, 8th versus 21st in favor of Dallas here. Dallas is also 8-1 this season when teased by 6 points, so I don't know if they can win it outright, but I do think they can keep it inside of 8.5. Okay, moving on. I have a 3-pack of totals in my favorite spread bet. My favorite total of the week, we got the Packers, we got the Vikings, we got a total of 47 points, and I'm going to go take the under on that one. So take a look at the Packers here. Average combined score of just 39.6 in their games so far this season. That is the second lowest in the NFL. 7 straight unders for the Packers here. We're also seeing a very low scoring pattern in Minnesota home games. They've gone under in every single home game, all 4 so far this season. Average combined score of just 35 points in those games. And this Packers defense is legitimate. No one really saw this coming, did they? But they are 3rd in points allowed and 3rd in yards per play allowed, 8th in opponent completion percentage. Some bright spots for the Minnesota defense as well. They are 4th in opponent completion percentage and 6th in third down defense. The total has gone under in 9 of the last 13 games between these teams. Moving on, we got the Ravens, we got the Bears in Chicago, and we got a total of 44.5. And once again, I'm going to take the under on this one. So don't expect a lot of clock stoppages. Expect that clock to be moving all game long here, because these teams love to run the football. They are 1st and 9th in rushing play percentage, but expect some of these drives to be stopping here, because each of these teams has been awful on third down. 28th and 29th in third down conversion percentage. Not very good. There is a sloppy day expected in Chicago. It's going to be wet with high winds currently in forecast, so that will impact both the passing and the kicking game. You just take a look at this Bears offense. Let's not sugarcoat it, guys. They are absolutely pathetic. Last in yards per play, 29th in scoring. Justin Fields has been awful against the blitz. Now he's taking on a Ravens team that blitzes more than any other team in the league. A little trend here. The total has gone under in 6 of Baltimore's last 7 games on the road. Average combined score, just 36 points in those games. Next up, we got the Cardinals. We got the Seahawks out on the West Coast. We have a total of 48 points. And guess what I'm doing? Once again, boom! I'm going to take the under on this one. So average combined score of just 40.78 in Seahawks games so far this season. They've gone over once all season, just one time here. Both teams have been great defensively on third down, 5th and 8th in opponent third down conversion percentage. Seattle has been great in the red zone. And the big question I have about the Cardinals in this game is, can they click on offense? Can they get it going a little bit here? We know Seattle has some work to do on offense here after getting shut out last week, but I'm wondering if the Cardinals can have an explosive performance versus an underrated Seattle defense. I don't think they can, right? Kyler Murray is expected back, although he has been limited in practice all week. Is it fair to expect his ability to be at 100%? DeAndre Hopkins is expected to miss another game as well, so I don't think so. I'd be surprised if the Cardinals came out here and had a very impressive offensive performance. So might be close, but I will go under 48 for that one. And we will wrap things up with my favorite spread bet of the day. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints +2 in Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. So a nice little bargain on this line, if you ask me. So take a look at the Saints last week. They closed at +3 versus the Tennessee Titans. So now you're telling me the Titans, who are tied for the best record in the NFL, are only 1 point better than the Philadelphia Eagles? I don't think that makes a lot of sense. I think the Saints are being undervalued, and they get undervalued a lot. Go back to last season. Take a look at their ATS record here. 13-6-1 in their last 20 games against the spread. And take a look at the teams that the Eagles have beaten up on. Hey, they're pretty good at padding the stats, putting up some impressive wins versus shitty teams. You know, congrats on beating the Falcons, Panthers, Lions, and Broncos. The Saints, meanwhile, nothing sexy about this team, but they take care of business. They have some very impressive wins over Tampa Bay, New England, Green Bay. A who's who of Super Bowl contenders there, right? And I think Philly's greatest strength in this game could be nullified. They like to run the ball a lot, and they're pretty decent at it. But New Orleans, the #1 rush defense in all of the NFL. So it's going to put a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts. He's only thrown for over 200 yards once in his last 6 games. New Orleans is great at pressuring the quarterback. All right, so there you have it, baby. My 5 best bets for Sunday's action. But now we're going to get into my tip of the weekend. It is a safety tip. I am known as Mr. Safety to my friends. Safety first is what I like to say. If you need help changing a light bulb, I will be there to firmly hold that ladder in place for you. But I want to address a disturbing trend that I've seen develop over the past couple of years, and that is the increased use of food delivery services. And guys, what the hell are we doing? We are putting way too much trust in complete strangers handling our food and bringing it over to our house. We have no idea what the criminal history of this individual is. Are we allowed to ask for some type of criminal history check when putting the food order in? I think that would be heavily frowned upon in this day and age, but for all we know, this individual was recently released from prison for some type of crime involving food. You know, what's stopping them from putting a little bit of horse laxative in your milkshake, sprinkling a little bit of angel dust on your hamburger? Absolutely nothing. We were gambling when we were doing this, just like we were gambling on these football games, but the difference is we know we are gambling on these football games. So my advice to you would be to get up off your ass. Go down to the restaurant and pick it up yourself. And, you know, you see Uber Eats, there's a million different food delivery companies. Like it's some big deal. You can order food from any restaurant and they'll bring it to your house. Oh my God, Elton John doing these commercials. Big deal, guys. I've been ordering pizza since I've been in diapers. People bringing it to my house. I didn't trust those motherfuckers then. I do not trust them now. So be safe this weekend, guys. That is it for today. Give this video a like if you like it. Make sure you are subscribing to this channel. Good luck with your bets unless you are fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Woo!